That is right. From our world to your world, this is SKN News. And oh man, do we got news tonight? That's right, brother. We got actually this little thing that takes place in Las Vegas every now and then. It's called CinemaCon, and that's where most of the people go to unveil their stuff and get all these other people from the industry and from also from theater chains and everything a little hyped. Well, apparently, the Fantastic Four had a brand new trailer that dropped and everything, and we're gonna read a little bit. This Fantastic Four trailer electrifies CinemaCon with Silver Surfer debut. That's right. The Fantastic Four first steps electrified the audience at CinemaCon 2025 with a sterling villain reveal and a bundle of superhero joy. During the Marvel Studio presentation to the annual convention of movie theater owners in Las Vegas, division head Kevin Feige sent a video message from the set of Avengers Doomsday, hyping up extended look at the Marcus Big introduction to the 1004. In a new trailer, we learned up top that Reed Richards and Sue Storm are expecting a baby, and get a nice shot of the actress Kirby rocking a bump. This would mark the first time Marvel has featured a working superhero, or working mom superhero in their timeline. Also, a couple other key things that I got because I had a buddy that did jump over to CinemaCon and said, one, they did show the Silver Surfer in this extended trailer. Two was that he thought it was better than the initial first trailer that was actually done. So, he said that when people were clapping and they were cool, it was a legitimate. It wasn't like the fake kind of one where it was like just because some person does it. Like people were generally surprised at that. But one thing we do know is Franklin Richards is coming sooner than we thought, and that worries me because Marvel has a tendency of speeding the timeline up too quick without establishing some characters. But from what I understand, the Fantastic Four are rootly settled in their mid journey, so they've already done all their great feats, and this is like the middle of the Fantastic Four story. So, guys, I know we've only had one major trailer and a couple of leaks, and it's kind of been on the silent front. But is anyone looking forward to the Fantastic Four after hearing this thing from CinemaCon?
Yeah, absolutely.
Looking forward to it. I've worked on the Fox Fantastic Four movies doing the trailers. I saw the other two as well, and it can't get much worse. So I have high hopes for it, but I don't know. Fantastic Four was never like a comic that I read. It didn't appeal to me, and I don't know if that's just how it was in the 80s and 90s. It just felt like a old-fashioned kind of a thing where Spider-Man kind of changed with the times, and Fantastic Four felt kind of old. But yeah.
So you're telling me you had an opportunity before that movie was released to take that film print and go flame on and just burn the hell out of it before it made it to the theaters. I feel like you are responsible for a lot of us being, we've said it, for being tricked.
Well, his damn company was, I can tell you that.
You tricked us. You made it look so
that's
good.
That's being good at my job. What are you talking about?
I know.
And defrauding the public.
Hold on.
Defrauding. I wanted to put on like under Dr. Brentley liar, right?
Dr. Brentley is great in taking movies that are probably not going to be great and putting together amazing teaser trailers to get people to show up to the theaters. Let me text James Gunn. What's your what? Because he needs a lot of help ASAP.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm a huge. I've always been a massive fan of Fantastic Four, and I know that that's probably not the most popular thing to be a fan of, but I do have Galactus tattooed on my hand. I do like Galactus. I love all of the celestial and all of the space and everything. I think that every Fantastic Four live action iteration has been pretty rough, and that's me being nice because hopefully we can get them to come on the show. But hey, look, From what I saw, Mr. Storm told me about the CinemaCon and all that stuff that went on. I started looking it up, and I'm kind of excited about it. And look, at the end of the day, I don't think you could make a movie. Well, I mean, I probably shouldn't say it, so I don't think you could make a movie worse than any of the other ones that came out. But they successfully got worse and worse the newer and newer they got. So I don't know. We'll see. I think the hardest part that I can see that's going to happen, and I did hear that Silver Surfer is the female version, which is fantastic because that means they're starting from jump before Norrin Rad got in there. Look, my only fear is the scale of Fantastic Four in how big do they make Galactus, and then do they keep it to scale from that? I don't know if you guys remember that the one Hulk movie where the Hulk was like 33 different sizes, and everyone was like, man, that's bad. I'm hoping that doesn't happen because this will be the first time we see Galactus or a version of Galactus on screen. But I'm a Fantastic Four fan, so I will be going to the theater to see it regardless if everyone says it's like a shithole movie. I will go see it in the theater just to see it in the theater. So I'm excited.
Well, they set up the size of the Celestials in what was it, Eternals? So if that was accurate, about the same size, that's probably what they're going to do with Galactus.
Yeah, they had an Ashram, and
no one saw those movies. So what size was he?
I mean, I saw Eternals. Yeah, but even Ashram in there, because they had, that's who it was, right? Ashram was like in the water, and he's supposed to be bigger than Galactus though, which is kind of weird. So I don't know how big that water was.
Yeah, well, I think he also showed up in Captain America: Brave New World, which actually no one saw as well. So we'll have to have a celestial checker to give us the actual sizes, everything of that, since none of us watch those movies.